Book 266, We Wish to Inform You That Tomorrow We Will Be Killed with Our Families, by Philip Gourevitch. It is one of the most haunting works of modern journalism, a book that confronts the reader with the reality of genocide, not as distant history, but as lived human experience. The book chronicles the 1994 genocide in Rwanda, where in the span of roughly 100 days, hundreds of thousands of people, primarily Tutsis, were systematically murdered. Gourevitch does not present this as an abstract geopolitical event. Instead, he builds the narrative through voices, survivors, perpetrators, witnesses, and officials. The result is intimate, unsettling, and deeply human. What distinguishes this work is its refusal to look away. Gourevitch writes with clarity and restraint, allowing the horror to emerge through testimony rather than sensationalism. Survivors recount how neighbors turned against neighbors, how ordinary life collapsed into violence, and how the unimaginable became routine. These stories are not framed for comfort. They are presented with a directness that demands attention. At the same time, the book examines the broader context that made such violence possible. Gourevitch traces the historical tensions between Hutu and Tutsi populations, the legacy of colonial influence, and the political forces that inflamed division. He also confronts the role of the international community, whose delayed and inadequate response remains one of the most troubling aspects of the story. The genocide did not occur in isolation. It unfolded in a world that saw and hesitated. One of the most disturbing insights of the book is how quickly social norms can collapse. Gourevitch shows that the perpetrators were not distant monsters, but often ordinary individuals acting within a system that encouraged, organized, and justified violence. This recognition makes the events more difficult to process, but also more important to understand. The title itself, drawn from a warning issued before mass killings, encapsulates the chilling normality of what occurred. It suggests a world in which the extraordinary has become expected, where death is announced with bureaucratic calm. That tension between ordinary language and extreme reality runs throughout the book. By the end, the book leaves a lasting impression, not through argument, but through witness. It asks difficult questions about responsibility, memory, and the capacity for violence within human societies. It challenges the reader to consider not only what happened, but how such events become possible and what it means to respond to them.